It's time for the first fixing challenge of FC24. The fixing series is where we take a club that's absolutely terrible all the way to the Champions League trophy. And honestly, I can't think of any other club other than Chelsea to be our first fixing challenge of FC24. These guys have spent over £1 billion in the last couple of transfer windows. And what have they ended up with? Absolutely nothing. They're 14th in the Premier League. And for a club like Chelsea, that's simply unacceptable. And so it's time to say goodbye to Pochettino and hello to myself, because I'm going to become the new manager of Chelsea, and my goal is to get them back to winning the Champions League. And so our journey as Chelsea boss begins. First thing I realized was that we're not in the Champions League this year. Okay guys, forget the Champions League. I kind of knew we weren't going to be there, but we're not even in the Europa League. No. We haven't qualified for the Conference League either. This is because last season Chelsea finished 12th in the Premier League. For a club like Chelsea to not have European football is just simply unacceptable. And to think that in real life they're going even backwards this year, there's something clearly wrong with that team, and it's time for us to figure it out. While assessing the squad, I'm surprised at just how bad they've been, because there's talent here. Enzo Fernandez was the best young player at the World Cup. We saw what Nkunku did at RB Leipzig. Raheem Sterling is a multiple-time Premier League winner, and Caicedo was unbelievable at Brighton. There's no denying there's a lot of talent in this team, but I think I've also identified where the problems are. Starting with the goalkeeper position, Eduard Mendy has gone, and without him, I don't trust Robert Sanchez to be our number one. In defense, we've got a 38-year-old Thiago Silva, which again, not a big fan of. And then moving on to our attack. I know a lot of people rate Nicholas Jackson. He was amazing for Villarreal, but a club like Chelsea needs someone with more experience up top. We need a goal machine. We can't trust a 22-year-old, especially if we want immediate success. And one more thing, the rest of the squad is so young that if we bring in maybe an experienced striker, it could really work. He could lead the team. So I guess the goals for the first season seem pretty clear. We need to bring ourselves a new striker and probably a new goalkeeper. But do we have the money for that? Yes, indeed. Todd Bowley coming through with the 146 million. And with that, I think we can make some really good signings to get competitive again, because I don't want to be going through another season without European football. But before we get into making signings, one thing's for sure, we need to have a vision for the team. I think one thing you'll notice when you watch Chelsea is you can't figure out what they stand for. What's their play style? Under Mourinho, they were a counter-attacking team. Under Conte, more like park the bus. But now it just feels like they have no identity, and that's something we need to find. And honestly, I'm feeling with the young players we've got in the team, there's so much energy, so much pace. If we create a team that presses a lot, I think we could make it work. We've got Caicedo and Enzo who will do the dirty work. Our wingers are super quick, and Nkunku as well. Gegenpress might be the play, and we're going to try this out. The thing is, if we're going to follow a tactical vision like Gegenpress, we need to also make signings according to it. And that basically means we need a striker who's willing to run, who's willing to press, who's super aggressive from the get-go. And I think I know a guy. And Lautaro Martinez is that guy. Literally everything about him just fits in what I'm trying to build here. We need a striker with the experience. He's played in the Champions League final, World Cup final as well. He's captained Inter, won the Serie A with them. Like, Lautaro has what it takes. Plus, if you look at his stats, everything just works. 90 finishing, heading accuracies there. He's a complete striker. But of course, that means that he's going to be expensive. I hate to say this, I don't trust Nicholas Jackson, at least not yet, maybe in the future. And that's why I think I'm willing to break the bank on Lautaro. But negotiating with Inter Milan is not going to be easy. Alright guys, he's valued at 90 million. I'm going to go with 100 just to kick things off, because I know they're going to demand something like that from him. Let's see what happens. And 140 million roughly is their counter. This is crazy. Remember I said I wanted to bring in a goalkeeper? I think if we go with Lautaro, we're not bringing anyone else. He's going to be our only transfer of this season. We'll increase the offer to 110 and see what happens. Okay, at least they're now bringing it down a little bit. And I think after some gruesome negotiations, we should be able to settle at 115 finally. Convincing Lautaro Martinez to join was easy. It seemed like even he was keen of joining the Premier League. And so the deal was done. Lautaro Martinez is heading to London to join Chelsea. Signing Lautaro though was a big risk, because that means that's going to be our only signing for the season. Unless we figure out a way to raise more money. I don't think Todd Bowley is going to be writing any more checks, because already he's invested a lot in this team. It's now almost time for the start of the Premier League season. We've done our job improving the team by signing Lautaro Martinez, and of course going with a tactical vision that's completely different. But the season opener is where we'll find out whether what we're doing is working or not. Would you believe it? First game of the season against Liverpool. From the very first minute, Liverpool were exposing the lack of pace we had in our defense. Oh man, Liverpool are just stretching our backline. There's nothing I can do. It's a chance for them. Keeper saves, but what was that? Robert Sanchez just parried it right to our opposition. Oh no, Disasi just cannot keep up. This is horrendous. What terrible defending, and then goal for Liverpool. This is bad. It's half time and I can easily see why Chelsea is struggling so much. Look at this. We've barely gotten the ball to our attackers. And at the back, it's just Liverpool destroying us. Full time, and this defeat to Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool has given us a reality check. One thing's for sure, guys. Just signing a striker is not going to be enough to get this Chelsea team straight. I'll tell you this. We tried out the gegenpress, but the truth is we're never going to be better than Liverpool at playing this play style. I think with the players we've got, so much pace in the attack, midfielders with energy, maybe there's something different we can try. I'm very tempted to switch to the counter-attacking play style. The more I think about it, it probably works for our team. But if we're going to defend in a low block, we're going to have to improve our defense and possibly a better goalkeeper. For that, we need money. We've only got 27 million. And so I started selling players that I wasn't really keen on using, like Marc Cucurella. We actually got 25 million for him. That puts us right above 50 million to spend, but I think there are a few more players I can probably sell. Conor Gallagher is another player I had to sacrifice. Wasn't too keen on selling him, but we need the money. 21 million from Roma, I couldn't say no. With 73 million now in the bank, we can improve our defense, either signing a centre-back or a goalkeeper. The more I think about our defense, we've got Wesley Fofana, Badiashile, Levi Colville, a lot of youngsters. Chelsea have invested there for the future, and maybe we should trust some of the youngsters we've got. And so I'm thinking, let's go ahead and invest that money in a goalkeeper. I looked at plenty of options for the goalkeeper position, but the keeper I really liked was Alex Meret from Napoli. He's 83 rated, 26 years old. I think there's room for him to improve. Yep, this could be perfect. And so for 35 million, Chelsea have a new goalkeeper. With the signing of Meret, our backline was definitely looking a bit more solid. And with the counter-attacking tactical vision we're trying, maybe we can make it work. But we're really gonna need our star striker Lautaro Martinez to step up. He's yet to score for us. Oh, Lautaro's broken through. Keeper saves. Nobody gets the ball back. Lautaro does not give up, and he gets his first Chelsea goal. Oh, Lautaro gets the ball, and he's not gonna disappoint. Back-to-back goals for him in the Premier League. While Lautaro was getting all the goals up top, Alex Meret was sensational in goal. From having a disastrous start in the Premier League, look at us now. We're third in the Premier League. Things are going well, but the player growth has been slow, and I think that's because we've not invested in any coaches. We're playing with the new vision. We need to hire coaches. Took us a while to get the coaching staff sorted, but already it was impacting the team really nicely. Our next game in the Premier League is going to be against Arsenal, and this is where we're really going to get tested. Honestly, I think we've built our team really well. We've got a great attack, a solid midfield. You guys know where this team really lacks, and I'm hoping we don't get exposed. Just as I say that, within the first minute, Thiago Silva just cannot keep up, and we almost conceded. We've given away a penalty, and Bukayo Saka has a chance to take the lead, and Arsenal score. Our defense is getting exposed. Where's our defense? And we don't have any pace to catch up. Gabriel Jesus, it's too easy for Arsenal. Another big team putting us back in our place. This is yet another reality check. We ended up conceding 5 goals to Arsenal. This is a wake-up call. There is no way we're surviving the Premier League season with Thiago Silva and Disasi. It's not possible. And with just 32 million, are we really going to get a world-class centre-back now? I don't think so. For this season, I'm going to have to take a risk. I'm going to be trusting our youngsters. Wesley Fofana, it's time to prove yourself. We're making you a starter for the rest of the season. And also another tough decision. Thiago Silva is getting benched too, but I'm taking a risk and making Levi Colville a starter. I know he's only 74 rated, but I see something in him. We're taking a risk this season to build a squad for the future, and I'm hoping it pays off. We're facing Spurs in our next game, and we'll only find out now whether the partnership of youngsters Levi Colville and Fofana actually works. But are we just going to end up conceding goals for fun? Tough challenger for Levi Colville, and that's what's up. He's got the pace to do all of that. With our defense now being much improved, our attack could now cook. Oh, Lautaro has completely turned the defender, goes past another one, and a lovely finish. This time it's Nkunku, and a lovely finish from Christopher Nkunku. With this massive win against Spurs, it proved my decision right. Colwill and Fofana have to be our starting centre-backs for the rest of the season. Both of them were growing incredibly well, but against the big teams, we just weren't ready. Halfway through the season and we're 6th in the Premier League. And to be fair, it's down to the fact that we're using an inexperienced backline. But we are in the fight for top 4. But this is what makes it worth it. Look at the growth on Fofana. He's up to an 83. Levi Colwill up to a 79. We were never going to win the big trophies in our first season. The goal is to get Chelsea back into the Champions League and build from there. And I think we're on the right track. But if we want Chelsea back in the Champions League, we're going to have to beat Liverpool as well as Man United. First up, Liverpool. Enzo Fernandez skipping past one challenge and another. Power shot, bang! That is what Enzo can do. Oh, loose ball, and Nkunku's made the run, and he does this yet again. Nkunku scores against Man United. What a second half of the season we've had. We've made the push to second in the Premier League. Man City were leagues above us, but this is still incredible. Lautaro Martinez, 27 goals, won the Golden Boot. What a signing. And look at that. Nkunku was the Premier League player of the season. First season, some of the growth in these players are insane. Enzo Fernandez up to an 87. The defenders we trusted. Colwill up to 82. Fofana 84. One thing's for sure, this first season at Chelsea, we've managed to build a solid foundation. Honestly, if we can build on this with the correct transfers and the right approach, I think we might be able to take the fight to Man City for the Premier League title. Don't forget, we've worked hard and qualified for the Champions League. AC Milan, we're coming for your crown. It's time for our second season with Chelsea. This season, I don't think we can have any excuses. The team we've built is actually amazing. In midfield, Enzo, Caicedo, up top Lautaro and Nkunku. Fofana and Colwill have improved so much at the back too. The foundation is there. I think it's now time for us to win trophies with Chelsea. I mean, that's why we're here. But of course, with 160 million, we can make some really good improvements, and I think we'll need that if we want to take the fight to Man City in the Premier League. And also, don't forget, we're in the Champions League this season. We're gonna need improvements. I'm really happy with my defense, man. Trusting in Colwill and Fofana was the best thing we've done, so we're not gonna make any improvements there. Meret in goal is amazing. The midfield and attack looks sorted. It's the winger positions where maybe if we get someone with more flair, someone who's got more pace, more power, that could really help us out. Replacing Madueke seems like a logical choice, but you know what? We've given him a season to grow in the Premier League. He's 81 rated. What if we give him another season? I think he'll be incredible. And in the Premier League season opener itself, Madueke showed why we were right to trust him. Oh, Madueke, that dribbling there. Give him one season to adjust to the Premier League, and now look at him. Keeps going, keeps going. And Lautaro gets an easy goal, but that was all created by Madueke. Oh, look at Madueke when he's through on goal. There is no one stopping him, and that's a simple finish. Noni Madueke this season has arrived. Okay, I'm convinced that we don't need to replace Madueke. He's going to do just fine. Just like how we've given Colwill, Fofana a chance to succeed, we're doing the same with Madueke. But on the left, Raheem Sterling, I'll be honest, we haven't really done much with him. Maybe getting a different kind of player who can make use of Lautaro and Nkunku's talents, that's what we need. And there's a certain someone who guided AC Milan to the Champions League last season. And that certain someone is Rafael Leao. Guys, I don't know how feasible this is. I don't know if we can even afford him, but Leao would be game-changing. And so the transfer negotiations begin. Guys, the only way I think this can happen is if we put Raheem Sterling in the swap deal. If that works, this will be just ridiculous. Sterling plus 60 million is my first offer, and let's see what they say. They want 100 million plus Sterling. I'm not surprised. Leao is just unbelievable. We're gonna try our luck with 80 million plus Raheem Sterling and see what they say. They're sticking to 100. But you know what? This is a transfer that could win us the Champions League. We're doing it. 100 million plus Raheem Sterling. Let's go all in on Rafael Leao. Wow, they're still not willing to accept that. They're gonna think about it. They've come back at us with a counter offer which says they want a 2% sell-on clause. You know what? Works for me. Now we just got to convince Rafael Leao to make the move to London. Negotiations are almost done. I think we'll need to offer him a massive contract, 180k per week, and that's enough. Let's go. We've pulled off a madness. The next big talent from Portugal is joining Chelsea. And I'll tell you this, Rafael Rafael Leao does look good in blue. With the signing of Rafael Leao, we're ready now for the Champions League. Back in the Champions League, and we've got a difficult group. Real Madrid are in it. But if we want to win the Champions League this season, the Premier League as well, we're going to have to show that we can compete with the very best teams in the world. Here we go, boys. Chelsea versus Real Madrid, and we've got Rafael Leao making his debut. Oh, wow. The pace and power he's got. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Rafael Leao has just burst through all by himself, and he almost scored on his debut. Leao gets it in the box. Oh, he spun the defender, and then the finish as well. Rafael Leao is unbelievable. Leao's pace, it's actually ridiculous. He's going to square it for Lautaro. 2-1 against Madrid. Leao, and it's a simple header. He is unstoppable. And he's doing the gritty on Real Madrid. Can you believe it? But it wasn't just all about Rafael Leao. At the back, Fofana was rock solid, and so was his partner Levi Colwill. In the midfield, Enzo Fernandez was constantly popping up with goals. In the attack, Lautaro and Nkunku were forming a formidable partnership. Halfway through the season in the Premier League, and yes, we're in the fight. Not just with Man City, but Newcastle as well. Looks like all the oil money they're spending, it's working. But the good thing is, unlike last season, this time we're in the mix, and I think we've got what it takes to win the Prem. I mean, just look at our team. Colwill and Fofana at the back just continue to grow. Madueke as well. What a decision to trust him. And our attack continues to deliver even this season. Champions League 2, we managed to top the group, and Real Madrid are out. That is insane. Round of 16, we've drawn Inter as well. Lautaro against his former club. It's only early days. The business end of the season is left, but I really feel we've got the recipe for success. We're going for both the Premier League as well as the Champions League. Our focus first is the Champions League round of 16. It's a big night for Lautaro. His return to San Siro, he goes for goal, and he's already scored. Lautaro Martinez against his former club. The celebrations definitely seem muted, but what a start. But this game was far from over. Meret had to make some ridiculous saves. But in the end, Lautaro Martinez just wanted it more. Oh, Lautaro is now through on goal. He just has to beat the keeper, and that's exactly what he's done. No, why are you celebrating, Lautaro? I tried to show respect, but yeah, I guess I messed up. And yes, Lautaro has done enough to send Chelsea through to the quarterfinals. We're now in the month of April. It really is the business end of the season, and it's crazy that we're alive in both the Premier League as well as the Champions League. We're just 3 points off Newcastle with the game in hand, 1 point off Man City with 2 games in hand. We're now heading to St. James's Park to face Newcastle. A win here would put us in a great spot to win the title. But it looks like Newcastle have gone on a spending spree. They've got Kylian Mbappe, Mo Salah as well, and Ruben Diaz at the back too. No wonder they're top of the league. The oil money's coming in clutch. But guys, no matter who's coming ahead of us, we're here to try and win the league, and we're gonna give it everything. Defending against Kylian Mbappe was a nightmare, but we were somehow hanging on. Nkunku sliding it for Rafael Leao. If they've got Mbappe, we've got Rafael Leao, and Leao does not disappoint. A huge goal in the Premier League title race. No. Kylian Mbappe, we've somehow survived that. Oh my days, just 15 minutes to hang on. Rafael Leao has just got that pace, and he's using every ounce of it. Leao, what a goal! That should be it for this game. A win here puts us in a great spot to win the title. Enzo Fernandez could seal the game for us, and let's go. Cheeky chip. Enzo pulls it off. Full diamond, I can't believe it. We've beaten this super Newcastle team, and we're on course to win the Premier League. Unbelievable. We keep our momentum going even in the Champions League as we knock out Benfica. But now things are about to get incredibly difficult because we've drawn Barcelona in this semi-finals. We've worked really hard on building this team, and I don't think we should be scared of a team like Barcelona. I feel we're ready. It's Chelsea's counter-attacking play style up against Barcelona's tiki-taka. One thing's for sure, this isn't the Barcelona of old. I think we can get at them. I kind of knew that Barcelona were going to keep the ball all game long. Our entire game plan is to hit them with pace. There's the pace, and Rafael Leao is absolutely rapid on the breakaway. First chance. Leao goes for the finesse shot, and Barca cannot control him. Unbelievable start to the game. There's the pace of Rafael Leao once again looking unstoppable, bringing it inside, and Lautaro finishes the job. It's a big goal in this Champions League. It's done. We've knocked out Barcelona from the Champions League, and we're going to be in a final against Juventus. But before we go for that Champions League trophy, we've got Manchester City ahead of us. Final match day of the Premier League we beat them, we'll be champions of England. As soon as the game kicked off, Man City were the ones putting the pressure. No, 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 what a silly goal to concede with the Premier League title on the line. Not this way, not on the final match day. We're not losing this. Madueke's dribbling is unbelievable. He keeps going, he keeps going, he keeps going. No need Madueke. That's why we put our faith in this kid. 1-1. Second half, it's 1-1 so far. We still need to win this game to win the Premier League. No, it's a free kick for Manchester City, and this is absolutely scary. Merritt with a big save. Just 20 minutes to go. If we don't find a goal soon, I don't think we're going to win the Prem. Enzo Fernandez has made a brilliant run. Completely emptied the box. Enzo Fernandez with the goal. Surely that's enough. Is it done? I think it is. I think it is. I think we're Premier League champions. From 14th in the Premier League to now first. All it's taken is a couple of seasons, but we've made Chelsea the best team in England. But you know, there's still something left, and that's the Champions League final. It's Juventus versus Chelsea. Oh wait, no, Nkunku is injured. He recently suffered a pulled calf injury and he's out for 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure this happened in the game against Man City, because towards the end, I think he pulled up his muscle. What do we do now? Realistically, the only option I have is playing Enzo Fernandez further up, because I know he can play that role, and trusting Romeo Lavia to be a starter. Playing without Nkunku is going to be a big miss, but we still have to do it. For the rest of the team, I mean, just look at the growth we've got on almost everyone. I cannot believe we've taken a Chelsea team with Colwill and Fofana all the way to a Champions League, but now it's time to get that job done. Oh man, Champions League final. This is gonna be iconic. That's it, that's the trophy, that's what we're playing for. Instantly, I could feel the absence of Nkunku. Oh no, already we're on the back foot. Please, let's not concede. Good save from our keeper. They are looking for Lautaro Martinez, bringing it inside. Tough angle, and he puts it wide. At least we're coming through with chances. The first half comes to an end, and it was extremely tight. I think this is going to be the kind of game where one moment decides everything. Oh man, this is nerve-wracking. Juventus with a big chance, and no, they've scored in the 60th minute. This is bad. This is the worst thing that could have happened. Enzo Fernandez seeing Rafael Leao, and suddenly this game is completely opened up. Rafael Leao with the instant equalizer. What is going on? Less than 15 minutes left in this game, and it could be a winner for Juventus. No, 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 no. No, not this way. Not this way. We have just 15 minutes to find an equalizer. I don't know if we can do this. Lautaro Martinez fighting through. He knows what's at stake. Rafael Leao puts it in. I think he's on. I think he's on. Or is he offside? Yes, he's onside. Let's go. That's the equalizer. That's twice he saved us. This is my first Champions League final on FC 24, and it's an absolute movie. 8 minutes to go, and I still don't know who's going to win. That's it. Full time. Nothing can separate the two teams. We're heading to extra time. The game has opened up massively in extra time. Lautaro gets the ball. He swings his foot at it, and he scored. That could be the winner. Just 30 seconds to go. I think that goal in extra time was enough, and yes, it is. Chelsea are Champions League winners. Oh my days. Oh man, this feels awesome. This is the result of hard work for 2 seasons, trusting the correct youth players, making the correct signings. It's all a culmination of that. And of course, we're getting the ultimate prize, the Champions League trophy with Chelsea. And we're not done yet, boys. We're having a parade in the streets of London as we have made Chelsea the best club in England. Champions League and Premier League. Oh man, we deserve this. Let's go. And if you enjoyed this journey with Chelsea, I'm sure you'll enjoy me become the world's best player. Click here to watch that.